Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm a little bit whatever you want to call it. Am I taking this Trump thing as serious as some of y'all? No, I'm not by any means. I tried telling y'all for months, years, that he was a train wreck, but it's okay. There's certain people that support Trump, and they will support him until they can't breathe. You got rapist, racist, con men, the the criminal, the who. There are a lot of morally bankrupt people that support Trump, and if you don't fit in any one of those categories, you might just simply be a fucking moron. That might be. I mean, you might think the Earth is flat. We never went to the moon. I mean, there might be some real shit and damage in your mentality. But can we help that? No, no, not much. There's no pills for stupid people. Meth is not the answer, y'all. Though I'm sure meth has made many of you geniuses that support Trump crazy. Our little ketamine crackhead imposed tariffs on Ukraine, but not on Belarus or Russia. But no, he probably doesn't work for Putin. Yeah. The orange embarrassment, and there's nothing that you can say about this clown. He's just a walking, talking embarrassment. His reciprocal tariffs or whatever, all you have to do is look at the mathematical equation, type it backwards into Google, and that's ChatGTP that made that. Would I trust our military to ChatGTP? No, I wouldn't, y'all. No, I wouldn't. Would I change? Would I any of this stuff? Okay, no. Is AI all knowing and intelligent? No, it's not, y'all. It don't work that way. All it's doing is going through past I don't even know how to put that in words, y'all. It's not making intelligent decisions. It's just making decisions on past stupid shit. And it knows all of our past stupid shit. Will this work? No, it won't work. You can't threaten somebody to pay more than what is a fair market value for a product or a service. You can't threaten people or our allies into buying our military equipment at 3 times the cost. You can't do these things. I mean, yeah, you can if you're a fucking moron. Okay, keep that. That's a lot of stuff can happen if you're a fucking moron. You can support Trump if you're a fucking moron. That's just, it's almost like a litmus test for IQ. If you're a fucking moron, then yes, you can embrace this orange idiot. You even think he's probably doing a good job by staggeringly raising the grocery prices. The same thing that he said he was going to lower, and y'all still believe him. He said he was going to lower prices on this, that, and another thing. All he's done is raise prices, y'all. And these tariffs are not like on again, off again. It will take decades for the repercussions of these insane acts. Tariffs have never worked. From the 1800s, and they've never worked. Yet somehow this this individual that is bankrupt everything that he's ever touched except for selling red hats to fucking morons. That's his successful business. That's his model. And they're Chinese hats on top of it all. I'm sure that the tariffs have nothing to do with the gold coins that he imports from China, or the sneakers, or the or the whatever. Okay, the gold plated coins, I should say. They're just a piece of steel, and these people are buying these things. But hey, there's people that really believe the WWE or whatever is like not scripted, and people can come back from the dead, and brain other people with shit without busting their skull. I mean, just totally. If you're a fucking moron, then you probably believe that shit. Is what I'm trying to get at. Yesterday's correction is going to be small in comparison. The stock market is not going to crash. I don't see it as crashing. I could be completely wrong. But it just looks like it's going to make a large correction. And is it over? Oh, no. If we don't back off on China, they're going to crush us in an economic war. And this idiot is just too fucking stupid to grasp that. Or he's just deliberately working for Putin, and that's it. That's what he's after. Take whichever, potato, however you want to, look at it. But like I said, he didn't put tariffs or sanctions on Belarus or Russia, but he did put them on Ukraine. That's enough to tell you right there that he's a criminal. He's enabled Putin's genocide on the Ukrainian people. He's a war criminal. He needs to be arrested. He needs to be tried at The Hague without his presence. Just tried. Then he needs to be arrested the second he puts his feet on international soil. And then stuffed, bagged, and tagged, no name, no number, into a black site and never to be heard from again. That's just what it is, y'all. He is a criminal. He is a deluded, I hate to even say senile, because I don't think that's the senility. Maybe it's the STDs, maybe it's the mental diseases that he carries or whatever like that. But I don't think this is old age senility. He has a plan, and it's to destroy America. And the people that support him are just willingly accomplices. You can't say at this moment that you don't see something wrong. That's not possible. Even if you were drugged out of your mind, you were blind, and you were mentally incompetent of making, like, healthy breakfast cereal choices, you would still be found guilty. He's just that wrong. And if you voted for him, hey, that was your choice. I support it. I can't stop and say I now think that some people, no, everybody has a right to choose. Even if you're a fucking idiot, you got a right to choose. Do y'all make good decisions? No. But was the last election, was that some monumental thing? No, people were just tired of Democrats grandstanding and doing not a fucking thing. They could have easily convicted him. They had plenty of time. He had 98 felonies against them. Some states didn't grandstand. Some states actually did what they could. They convicted him right at the ninth hour. And kudos to these people, because they had the balls to do it. But now the rest, hey, no. And for the people that honestly do support him, when your world goes upside down and bankrupt, please understand when I laugh at you that I'm not laughing with you, I'm laughing at you. Just understand that because there's no words around that. You're just fucking stupid. And I won't stop repeating that because that's exactly what you are. I don't care how business savvy you think you were or are or going to be. You're just fucking stupid. And you have no idea the damage that you've unleashed on our nation. What he's done in the last few hours, like I said, is going to take decades of good politicians working extremely hard to unfuck. No, the billionaires don't need a tax break. They need a tax increase. The ketamine junkies like Elon Musk, these delusional fucking idiots, they need, I mean, like their citizenship thing looked into very hard for election interference, not just in America, because I mean it was blatantly obvious what they were doing in Wisconsin was election interference. But people like Musk need to be like tried and held accountable for the election interference that they've done in Europe, other countries. Internationally, this man needs to be held accountable. Sorry, y'all. But can I hold back? No, no. But is this my fight yet? Nope, not yet. It probably will be someday. I'm not saying that I'm going to avoid this, but not right now. This is on y'all. Your decision. It was your decision to embrace an enabler of genocide. Russia bombs kindergartens, Russia bombs hospitals, Russia bombs apartment buildings. These are not valid military targets. There's nothing about that. I know that a lot of you're going to throw up, oh, well, Israel bombed God. Well, fucking Hamas hides under hospitals. Hamas hides underneath kindergartens. Hamas hides underneath women and children to fire rockets at Israel. Israel has no choice but to respond to the religious lunatics that have not stopped for 500 years. And they still pursue the exact same dogma that they failed at for 500 years. But hey, more power, because I'm sure the next wave that you throw out there, the next generation of babies, well, that's going to be the difference because Allah was only kidding about all the rest. The other 500 years worth of generations of children that you slaughtered for your religious lunatic shit. That wasn't enough, I guess. Maybe stand on one leg and hop around and scream really loud and he'll hear you. Or whatever your batshit crazy fucking thing is. Can I hold your superstition like up on a pedestal? No, I can't. If you do the same exact thing repeatedly and you think that it's going to have a different outcome, it's physically the definition of insanity. If you raise your children and pump a religion into them and brainwash them, but then expect something different, like they're not going to die, okay, maybe they should sew your shit shut. Clip it right off. No more children. Why should you raise another generation of children just to die for your religious insanity? I don't mean that just against the Muslims. I mean this is Christian. I mean this is that neo-Nazi con crap of the Christian nationals. They're far worse than the Muslims. I mean, as far as religiously insane people, religious lunatics, they're far more dangerous. And they're right here in America. These are deeply disturbed individuals. In the people that can look at the Muslim the hijab, the dress that the woman wears, and then look at the Catholic at the habit in that thing, and then think that there's something different between the two of them, you're just a stupid, ugly bigot. You're an intolerant asshole that probably shouldn't be speaking, like in any conversation. You shouldn't be around children. You shouldn't like be able to influence people. You're just dangerously stupid. You're right up there with Trump and his clown bunch. But no, we can't go backwards on science. We can't go backwards on medicine. We can't go backwards on everything and think we're winning. That's crazy. But again, this is the clown you voted for. This is the circus that you get. Please stop whining and blaming other people. Other people did not cause the pain that you're going to go through, and that you're going to go through it fairly soon. Like when coffee is too expensive to drink, and stuff like that. Yeah, wow. Dangerously stupid people. Good times, right? Wow. Yeah, and I get that sarcasm from my sister Patty. She's passed away. But that's truly where I get it. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. I don't have a lot of words to say. And do I have anything positive for like what good he could do? Well, I'm sure that we're going to enjoy being called the United States of Russia. I'm sure that we're going to enjoy, like, because the tariffs work, this is how this is going to ratchet, okay? It's only going to cause loss of jobs, then loss of wages, and then loss of, like, your everything, your savings and your ability to keep on keeping on. Nothing about what he's doing is going to make this better. And that's saying something against the dollar. That's about as rigged of a Ponzi scheme as there is, y'all. There's only one way up, and he's crashing it. It's like bankrupting a casino. It takes a special level of fucking moron to bankrupt something where you can legitimately, legally steal 98% of the other poor patsy's fucking money. And you're only required to give back 2%. And if you can bankrupt that, that's a special level of criminal that can do, and to do it multiple times, well, that's just, wow, that's almost on the banking industry. But hey, this is the guy that you wanted to, like, make your lives different or whatever, and you're going to get it. I hope you enjoy it, but please stop blaming somebody else for this fucking moron's direct actions. Please stop doing that. That's just not fair to the other people. But I don't figure y'all think anything is necessarily fair. That's the whole thing. I'm quite convinced about that. So, okay, guys, I just wanted to throw this one out there. Not that it means nothing. I'm just embracing the orange chaos because that's what this is. All he understands is chaos and anarchy. And I get it. There's some people that thrive on chaos and anarchy. It's just who you are. It's how you're wired. And he's probably your hero at this moment. That's good. I guess enjoy just sitting in your pile of ash as he burns the world down around you. And then you can play patty cakes like all the other simple assholes out there. Mud pies and stuff like that. Because you're not the brightest bunch. Bless your heart, you're not. Wow, do I mean that? But I do hope you enjoy what you've set off. But stop blaming other people when, it's just not fair anymore. Grow up and take responsibility for what you've done. If you voted for this clown, if you voted for anybody other than Kamala Harris, the only human being that opposed him, I mean, if you're running on the same tracks like all the other Republicans that were too fucking stupid, that was all Elon Musk. He was supporting and pumping all of them up. Hell, he even made a run for Kanye West, and he's literally like a Nazi wannabe kind of person. But I think y'all are getting your fill. But don't blame other people for what these guys have done. And understand it's going to take decades, 20, 30 years, decades, not one, okay, decades with an S, to fix this. This will not be fixed easily. America will lose its prowess is whatever. We won't be that person anymore. And more than likely, the U.S. dollar is going to stop. It'll be the yuan or something like that, which more than likely it should be. You can't have idiots like this running the show and then expect the world to trust you, because they can't. It's not possible to be trusted when you're this criminal or this stupid or this whatever you want to call it. He's dangerously stupid. It's like a mentally retarded toddler that's snorting bags full of lead chip paint dust. That kind of level stupid. But hey, like I said, if it's your guy, I am with you. I support your right to be stupid. I support your right to vote for a racist. I support your right to support a rapist. I support your right to empower a mental lunatic. I support your right to support this con man. You outnumbered the side that made the difference stayed home. Did he win by some massive margin? Oh no, not even. It just that all it took is for good people to do nothing and not vote. That's it. That's all it took for him to win. And so if you were one of those people who decided not to vote, you're just as fucking guilty as the person who voted for Trump. If you're the one who voted for one of those other left-wing lunatic right people, you're just as guilty as the people who voted for Trump. Don't try to whitewash it and say you're not. You are. If you didn't make an honest to God attempt to overlook the fact that Kamala was evil, that's all that you can say about the woman. She went out of her way to incarcerate people in California for cannabis. Do I consider that? Oh yeah, that's just evil as hell. That's just like Clinton's when they held people in their sentences in the prison, so because they liked the way they served them at the governor's mansion. That's fucking evil, y'all. I don't care what side of this you're on. If you're evil, you're evil. But at least she was the least of two evils. He was criminally stupid and evil. She was just evil. But do I buy the whole Democrat, oh, vote for me and we're going to legalize it? No, I don't. Or the other ones that are saying, oh, we're going to legal. No, they're not. They're just fucking lying. They make way, way, way too much money from the petroleum people, from the steel people, from everything that hemp threatens. Hemp is stronger than steel by weight, significantly. Hemp is the bast fiber is a multi-layered nanofiber that can be separated fairly easily into sheets of graphene. And if y'all don't know how to do that, well, piss on you, because I'm not really interested in making you money at this point. Now I'm just kind of want to throw up in my mouth level of agitation when it comes to this fucking orange clown. the whole thing about capitalism to me, it is just like throw up and want to scrub real hard in a bath. You can't get that off you, and I'm sorry, it's failed. And then you elect this clown who's utterly destroyed our life and will for decades to come. So do I have anything for y'all? No, I don't. Not when it comes to that. Good luck. You're on your own. That's my motto. And whether you survive or not, that's on you. I, if you voted for him, I pray that you can stop making stupid life choices and you can pull your head out your ass. At some point, inhale oxygen, or pull your head out his ass, however you want to look at that. But I hope you can breathe back and say, wow, what a fucking idiot I was, and then move on. Because everybody can understand, like making a bad decision and then getting over it. But to double down, no. And that's what I'm afraid this clown is going to do. Because as China, again, are they going to accept and move on with almost 70% tariffs on their products? No, they're not. They're going to squash us like a fucking bug. All they have to do is stop the ships, y'all. That's it. They just want to sell junk to people. And a lot of their stuff is good. I don't mean like bad quality. I just mean they just want to sell a vast amount of their products abroad. That's all they're after. However, they have to do that, and they have taken some serious crap from this clown, to continue on without being a problem. Well, they can't continue on, and when they don't, it's going to be a problem, a big fucking problem, for a lot of y'all. Clothing, stuff like that. Where do you think it comes from? It's not made by people with union jobs in Jersey or anywhere. It's not even made here, y'all. The clothing is made in places like Vietnam and stuff, and he just put 49% tariffs on it. That it's going to crush these countries, and they've done nothing wrong. The whole thing that Doge and Elon Musk and all these other 20 pimple something idiots, they're just simply stealing from America to give to the billionaires. The billionaires don't need a tax break, y'all. They're billionaires. Um, I'm sorry if you can't get that. Bless your heart. You're special. That's how I got to leave it at that. You are special. Okay? Bless your heart.